All right, welcome everyone to another deep dive. Today we're tackling a topic I think a lot of us struggle with. It's about taking those little sparks of ideas we all get, those light bulb moments, and actually making them into something real, something that has value in the world.
Yeah, that's something that, really separates those aha moments from just a fleeting thought.
Right.
How do we actually take those and make them into something impactful? That's what we're going to explore today, that transition from the initial concept to a real creation.
Yeah, for this deep dive, we're going to be looking at an article from the Future TechWise blog. It's called Turning Ideas into Gold, a Real Impact Journey. And the author is Kenton Patterson. And our mission today is to understand the steps involved, but even more so, like, what kind of mindset do we need to cultivate to actually take an idea and make it into something of value, not just have it and then it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Because we all have ideas, right?
Right.
But how do you make them stick and actually make them matter?
Absolutely. So the article starts off by saying that every innovation starts with an idea, right? But it's really just the very beginning.
Yeah, it's like a seed. You've got to plant that seed and then nurture it and help it grow, and that's where the real work begins. It's not just about having that initial spark of insight. It's about what you do with it afterwards, the shaping, the consistent effort to mold it into something more.
So it's like the initial idea is maybe a little bit rough around the edges.
Exactly. And then you need to put in the work to smooth those edges out, to polish it, and to really bring out its full potential.
So it's not about perfection from the start.
Absolutely not. It's about recognizing the potential and then being willing to put in the effort to realize that potential.
And the article really focuses on creativity and innovation as the driving forces behind this whole process. So how do you see those two working together? Because sometimes people think they're the same thing.
Well, they're definitely related, but they're distinct. I think of creativity as the ability to generate new ideas, to come up with something novel, something original. Innovation, on the other hand, is about taking those creative ideas and turning them into something practical, something useful. It's about the implementation, the problem solving, and actually making it happen.
So it's like one without the other isn't enough.
Exactly. You need the spark of creativity to ignite the process, but you need innovation to build the fire and keep it burning.
I love that analogy. And the article also gives us some really concrete ways to actually foster those things, to cultivate more creativity and innovation in our own lives.
Yeah, it talks about the importance of cultivating curiosity.
Yeah.
Being curious about the world around you, asking questions, exploring new things. And then there's embracing experimentation.
Yeah.
Not being afraid to try things out, to experiment, to see what works and what doesn't.
I think that's where a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah, because they're afraid of failure. But failure is just part of the process. Every experiment teaches you something, whether it succeeds or not. And then the article also talks about being open to new ways of thinking, challenging your assumptions, being willing to see things from different perspectives.
And I think that's so important, especially in today's world where things are changing so rapidly.
Absolutely. If you're stuck in your old ways of thinking, you're going to get left behind.
So the article uses this really interesting analogy. It says, the greatest innovations of our time were once just sparks in someone's mind. I love that because it makes you realize that even the most groundbreaking ideas start somewhere small.
Yeah, it really does. And it's a reminder that the potential for greatness exists within each of us. We all have those sparks, those moments of inspiration. The key is what we do with them afterwards. It's that relentless pursuit of creativity and refinement that ultimately makes the difference.
So we've talked about the importance of the initial idea and then the work that goes into nurturing and developing it. But the article then shifts gears a little bit and starts talking about the business world. And specifically, it kind of draws a line in the sand between those who are dreamers and those who are doers.
Yeah, and this is where the rubber meets the road, right?
Wow.
Right? Because it's one thing to have a great idea, but it's another thing entirely to actually take that idea and turn it into a successful business. And that requires a whole other set of skills and mindsets.
Absolutely. And for entrepreneurs in particular, the article highlights the importance of execution, like actually taking action and getting things done, and then being willing to take calculated risks and developing really solid strategies.
Yeah, because in the business world, it's not enough to just have a good idea. You have to be able to execute on that idea, to bring it to market, to build a sustainable business around it. And that requires a lot of hard work planning and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone.
And it's also about serving a need in the market.
Exactly. The article emphasizes that successful businesses create solutions that address real-world problems. They find a need and they fill it.
The article also talks about some important personal qualities that are needed for this journey. Things like resilience, the ability to adapt, and having an unwavering belief in your vision. It sounds like it's not always going to be easy.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart. There will be challenges and setbacks and moments of doubt. But the entrepreneurs who succeed are the ones who can bounce back from those setbacks, who can adapt to changing circumstances, and who never lose sight of their ultimate goal.
And having that strong belief in yourself and in your vision is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what fuels your passion and your determination.
And the article also gives some more practical tips for anyone who's on this path.
Yeah, it talks about surrounding yourself with the right people. People who inspire you, who challenge you, who support you, people who can offer advice and guidance. And it also mentions the importance of seeking out mentors, people who have been there and done that and can offer valuable insights from their own experiences.
I think mentorship is so underrated.
It really is. Having a mentor can make such a huge difference in your journey. They can help you avoid pitfalls, they can share their wisdom, and they can provide encouragement when you need it most.
Absolutely. And the article also touches on the role of technology, which obviously is huge these days.
Yeah, it says something like leverage technology to amplify your impact. And I think that's key because technology can be such a powerful tool for entrepreneurs. It can help you reach a wider audience, it can streamline your operations, it can connect you with resources and collaborators all over the world.
And I think that's something that's really changed the game for entrepreneurs in recent years.
Absolutely. The barriers to entry are lower than ever before thanks to technology.
And there's a really great quote in the article that I wanted to highlight. It says, turning an idea into gold means recognizing opportunities where others see obstacles and forging ahead with determination. I love that because it really captures that entrepreneurial spirit, that grit and determination to see your vision through.
It's about having a different lens, a different way of looking at the world, seeing the potential where others might see only limitations, and then having the courage to act on that vision, to pursue it relentlessly, even when faced with challenges.
So we've talked about the importance of the initial idea, the need for execution and strategy, the role of personal qualities like resilience and belief, and then some practical tips like mentorship and leveraging technology. And then the article introduces this really fascinating analogy. It talks about the ancient quest of alchemists trying to turn lead into gold.
Yeah, that's a really powerful metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. What do you think they're trying to get at with that?
Well, I think it's about the transformative power of entrepreneurship.
Right.
Taking something that might seem ordinary or even worthless at first, and then through hard work and ingenuity, turning it into something truly valuable and impactful.
Yeah, it's like seeing the potential in something that others might overlook.
Exactly. And then having the vision and the skills to unlock that potential, to refine it, to polish it until it shines.
So the article's saying that entrepreneurs and innovators are kind of like modern-day alchemists.
Yeah, who see the gold hidden within the rough edges of a new idea and work tirelessly to bring it to life. And I think that's a really inspiring way to think about it, because it suggests that even the most unassuming idea can hold within it the potential for greatness. It's just a matter of recognizing that potential and then having the courage and the commitment to bring it out.
And I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about not being afraid to experiment and to iterate and to refine your ideas over time.
Absolutely, because the first version of your idea is rarely the best version. It's through that process of experimentation and iteration that you really start to discover the gold within.
And the article emphasizes this point by saying true success comes from the ability to recognize the hidden potential in something ordinary and shape it into something extraordinary.
And that's such an empowering message, isn't it?
It really is, because it means that we all have the potential to create something extraordinary. It's not just about having some brilliant idea that comes out of nowhere. It's about being able to see the potential in the everyday and the mundane, and then having the drive and the determination to transform it into something special.
Absolutely.
Now, in the final section of the article, it really takes a shift in tone. It becomes much more direct. It starts addressing the reader as doers, the visionaries, the action takers. Why do you think it makes that shift?
Well, I think up to this point, it's been laying the groundwork, explaining the principles of turning ideas into value. And now it's time to put those principles into action. It's a call to arms for anyone who's been inspired by what they've read to actually go out and make a difference.
And it also mentions the importance of community, connecting with other like-minded individuals who are also on this journey.
Yeah, because none of us can do it alone, right?
Right.
We need each other. We need to support each other, to share ideas, to collaborate, to learn from each other's experiences. And the article specifically talks about the value of joining a community of innovators who are all committed to turning ideas into gold. And I think that's such a powerful concept, surrounding yourself with people who are passionate about the same things, who are driven to make a difference, who can lift you up and challenge you to be your best.
And I think that sense of shared purpose can be incredibly motivating.
Absolutely. When you know you're not alone, when you have people around you who believe in what you're doing, it makes all the difference.
So the article concludes with this really powerful message. It says, the world needs more thinkers who take action, more visionaries who execute, and more people who believe in the power of transformation.
Yeah, it's a call to action. It's a reminder that ideas are only as good as the actions we take to bring them to life. It's not enough to just sit around and think about things. We have to get out there and do something. We have to make things happen.
And the article really drives that point home with its final thought. Your idea has the potential to change lives, reshape industries, and create lasting impact, but only if you take the first step.
It's a powerful reminder that each of us has the potential to make a difference. We all have something unique to offer to the world. And the key is to take that first step, to start that journey, to believe in ourselves, and to never give up on our dreams.
So this deep dive, we've explored a lot. We've talked about the importance of nurturing those initial sparks of ideas, the crucial role of creativity and innovation, the need for execution and strategy in the business world, the power of resilience and belief, and the transformative journey from lead to gold.
It's been a comprehensive look at the process of turning ideas into value. And hopefully it's inspired you to take action on your own ideas, to see the potential in yourself, and to make a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely. And as always, we'd like to leave you with a final thought, something to ponder as you go about your day. So think about an idea you have. It could be something small, something you've been putting off, or it could be something big, something you've been dreaming about for years. What's the gold hidden within that idea? What's the potential waiting to be unlocked? And what's one small step you can take today to start turning that idea into a reality? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.